Okay, I'm going to do another Trump reading, and this reading will be for, I'll put these aside so I can see where I can kind of, okay, that looks good. I'll do Trump reading for January 11th through the 21st, January 2020, 11th through the 21st. The remarkable thing that happened and is happening as I do this, I'm doing this a couple days ahead of time. From the last reading covered the 1st until the 10th, I think. 1st to the 10th or the 11th. The interesting that happened in that period of time, which did not show up in my reading, was the assassination of a Iranian general. I mean, I am reading tarot. There's no, just because I'm reading tarot, I don't know if it really tells the truth or the future or anything. But I do believe that Mr. Trump, is very a spontaneous guy. And at the time that I did the reading, maybe it wasn't part of the plan. And then he just he's very impulsively decided to do that. When things get tight with him, when the walls start closing in, I suspect this kind of behavior will get worse. And I do believe that it was the time that they did this was because of the impeachment, the hearings. What has come out also in the last the previous reading that sort of is true, Bolton did come out, and he said that he would be willing to testify with the Senate. So that could have been one of the Republicans that were going against him. So that's interesting. So we're going to look at January 11th through the 21st. It's 10 days. And we're going to find him. We're going to use the King of Cups like we always do. And as I mentioned in other readings, I select that because it came up spontaneously in a previous reading. But I do believe it shows his emotionality. I think that's what we're dealing with. We're dealing with a very emotional person. And so we're going to use him as the significator. Once again, we're going to do the horseshoe spread, a modified Celtic cross in many ways. It's got similar positions, but a few fewer. And let's get this going. Okay, so here we have Mr. Trump. This is just a recap of my previous reading. Showed some Republicans coming in, and there were some behind the scenes. A lot of money issues were coming in. We weren't privy to anything, but there was the hermit in that last reading, where knowledge was going to come out. That could have been knowledge from, well, it didn't come out yet, but there was knowledge coming out from the hermit that could be so powerful that he would have to leave. Now that hasn't happened. Of course, it hasn't. The 10-day period hasn't ended, but it's something to keep in mind. What you said and what came true, and then you can kind of compare the reality with the reading, and that's how you learn how to read better. So anyways, we're going to move forward with another reading, and again, this is the 11th through the 21st of January 2020. There we go. I think that's all in. It should be, because I have my little guidelines around here. Let me just check. Oh yeah, that looks good. Okay, so let's go, and I'll mention what the positions are as I go through them. This is the recent past. The star. The star is in the recent past. Now, the stars can be wish fulfillment, can be spiritual guidance. It's a good card to have. Now, I'm trying to think how this could relate to Trump. Let's see. The star brings the spiritual nature down. It's enlightenment. I don't know what this is. It's also vulnerability. The lady is naked. Now what we're going to do is we're going to pull definitely qualifiers on this. But this is the recent past. So we'll look at that. Looks like something good happened to him in the recent past. This card is the current condition. Temperance. These cards to me are very similar. So temperance, well, is another spiritual card. It's moderation. It's also when you temper something, you make it stronger. You temper it, like when you temper chocolate or something. You do something to heat it up to make it stronger. So but these are two very spiritual cards. And we're dealing with Trump, which is interesting. So we're going to do definitely clarifiers on this. So it looks like the 11th, start of the 11th to the 21st should be pretty good for him. The hidden influences, Three of Swords, there's some sadness coming in for him, some disappointment, some sorrow. Now this would surprise you because he's got some good cards coming here, but it shows the hidden influences are sorrow. And here we have obstacles, the Knight of Wands. The Knight of Wands is Sir Galahad, kind of like someone coming in to save the day kind of guy. And that's his obstacle. You know who I would see that at? I would see that as either Bolton or Romney. I think that's my sense. This knight, kind of an honorable person or something, sort of honorable, coming in, driving in. And that's a obstacle position. So I would think it's one of the Republicans. This card is the community. Okay, it's the Eight of Cups, the community. There's people, some people are going to be leaving him. They're going to be moving on. They're going to have given up on him and move on. So we may see some dissolution of the Republican Party, that some people may leave. Some people may say they've had enough. Community card. And this is the current action. Again, the sun. He had the sun last time, I believe. Or was that Melania that had the sun? No, I think he had the sun. He had the sun. So he has the sun again. It's action. Current action. And then the outcome of the sun is the Two of Swords. Did we have that last time? A lot of these cards, they keep coming up, but I'm not sure if they came up with his reading or another reading. Okay, so what do we see here, just in general, before we do the clarifiers? We see him in the center. We see him, the recent past, I think he has some victory. I think he feels okay. He feels he's happy. He has spiritual energy. He feels the guidance of spirit. He's doing all right. And then we have, this is in the recent past, and in the present we see this temperance card, another tempering, middle of the road kind of thing, which is very unlike him. But we still see that energy in his current. So he's calmed down. He's calmed down. Now the temperance also occurs before the Tower and the Devil and the Tower card. So temperance is kind of like the lull before the storm. So that could be the lull before the storm. In the position of a hidden influence is the sadness and sorrow. That could be anything. We see, this is an obstacle, the Knight of Wands, someone coming in on a horse, someone like a Sir Galahad, and he's a fiery wand, he's action-oriented, and he's honorable. So this could be Mitt Romney, this could be Bolton. His community card is the Eight of Cups, the people leaving, someone's leaving. One of his supporters, maybe one of the supporters that he really counted on, has just finally said enough. It only shows one person leaving, but maybe that's really a very important person. The sun is going to shine. We're going to learn new information. I don't know what we're going to learn, but his action, I wonder if his action last time was the sun here too. I wonder if he's going to, I wonder if the sun with Trump means, a bombing or something. You know, I don't know. It could be interpreted that way if the sun card came up in the last reading, and then when they had that bombing, that's interesting. And then what the outcome of that will be, you know, put him in a worse position. You have another path, some angst, mental angst, and not knowing what to do. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to do some clarifiers here. I should have looked at my previous reading before I did this, because now I'm wondering if this is the bomb card. Oh God, that'd be kind of crazy. If the sun, the irony is of the sun as being the bomb card. Hopefully not. Okay, so let's see. Let's see what the star is. That's in his recent past. Let's see. You know, it's wish fulfillment. It's hopefulness. It's spiritual energy, positive energy. Then we have the 9 of coins. Here we go with the coins again. The money card. It's the 9 of coins is a good card. It's almost attainment of wealth and position. It's being very comfortable. So that's a very good card to have. And then we have the King of Swords. You know, very analytical, very decisive King of Swords. And then we have the Tower card. Well, 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 well. Okay, so this would, I don't know what this means, to be honest with you, but we have the star, and it's clarified by the 9 of coins, which is a good card. It shows wealth and position. And we have the King of Swords, which is a king that's very analytical and very decisive. But then we have the Tower card, which is a dramatic change. A dramatic exterior change. I read something recently where the Death card is more of an internal transformation, and the Tower card is something coming at you from outside. It's coming at you, and it's also a transition card, but it's coming at you. So it could be that he had a good week, and he's got a little, you know, he was having a good week. He enjoyed himself. He was celebrating. Then something happened. I don't know what that would be, but a tower moment happened. Now, so we go into temperance. This is his action. This is his action towards. Oh, it's the current position. It's the current position. So this has happened, and let's see what the current position is. Temperance. Spiritual guidance, moderation. It's also could be, as you temper something, you make it harder, you make it more durable, you make it stronger. So it's a very good card to have, very good card for him to have, because he's kind of loosey-goosey. I don't know, he's inconsistent, he's very impulsive. So this shows temperance. This shows some kind of energy that's making him focus. But let's see what's going on here. Well, it's a different perspective. It's the Hangman. So somehow this temperance, he's been given a different perspective somehow. How's that been? The 5 of Wands. The 5 of Wands is, you know, 5's a change and strife, and there's some rivalry with the 5 of Wands. So there's a rivalry that's making him take a different look at things. And then you go to the 7 of Wands, which brings it up to a whole other level of more strife. It could be more strife. It could be a new dimension, and something that he has trouble putting his arms around. It's something where he has to confront that's new and different, and he doesn't know which way to go. That's what I think that is. So he's given there's a different perspective here. And his reaction, he does react a little bit to go be a little aggressive. But there is this temperance here as well. So I'm not sure what that is. The 3 of Swords, where is he getting this from? There's the Sun card. the Eight of Swords and the Six of Pentacles. The Three of Swords, it's sorrow. But he has the Sun card, which is really good. But then if it's a bomb, it's not such good. That's so good. The Eight of Swords is, feeling trapped. And then the Six of Cups is, it's a moderating a number. It's a harmonious number. It's giving. Now, I don't know how this would make him feel sad. Why would this make him feel sad? Why would this make him feel sorrowful? Sorrowful. I don't know. I don't know how that would make him feel bad. These are very good numbers. The Sun, the 8, and the 6. These are moderating numbers. They're even numbers. They're receptive numbers. We got the Sun, which is a very positive energy. But then we have that just opposed to the Three of Swords. I don't know what that means. I'll just keep going because I might get ideas as we go on. The Knight of Wands, as I said, I think that's could be one of his minions turning on him. The Six of Cups, that's nostalgia. There could be someone he's known for a long time. It's the Six of Cups. It could be he's known Romney and he's also known Bolton for a very long time. The Ten of Wands, it's a burden, but it's coming to completion. It's finishing off. Maybe this knight is finally releasing his burden. Maybe this knight has felt burdened, and he's going to let it go by talking more. And then we have the Temperance. We have another Temperance card. So this knight, depending on who this person is, this person, if he takes center stage, then we have a whole new way of reading the cards. He brings forth Temperance, which could be over here, which then would make sense. If this Temperance card shows up here, if this gentleman is driving the Temperance, which it shows here and here, then maybe Trump would indeed have to look at things in a different way and be going through some troubling times, rivalry issues. So if this Temperance is this Temperance, then it makes sense to me. Okay, and the Eight of Cups, who's leaving? Which one of his minions is leaving? Or is it more than one? Or who? Let's see who's leaving. That's the Hierophant is government. We have the Two of Pentacles. And we have the Strength card. So I think it's someone in government. I think he has been maybe a strong supporter in the past. And now he has made a decision to move on. He was kind of struggling with the decision, but then he decided, maybe for the United States, maybe for himself, maybe he made the decision with the Two of Coins to say, I got to get out of here. It's government, it's strength, and it's a choice. So that person, it doesn't look like it's a group of people. I think it's one person that makes, one person who's dramatic, one person who you wouldn't think would leave is leaving. And he's leaving because he feels it's the right thing to do. He's gathered his strength. He's made the decision. He's been thinking about the decision. He's been juggling ideas, juggling practical ideas. And then he's someone in the government, I would say. Okay, the Sun. Now this is current action. Let's see what the Sun has to say. Three of Swords, more sorrow. The Eight of Wands. Seems we only get a lot of wands when we read with him. That's a lot of activity. Eight of Wands, you think of all those eights in the Rider-Waite-Smith, they're all moving forward. And the Knight of Chalices. Knight of Chalices is the Knight of Cups. It's an offering. It's love and happiness and healing and growth. But there is some sorrow here, and there's a lot of activity. So there is some sorrow, probably from this card, that makes him react a certain way. a lot of activity that brings forth maybe a passion of his. I mean, it brings forth a lot of emotion. So we have his emotionality. The cups for him is emotionality. It's not necessarily love or intuition or healing. For Trump, his emotionality is just a lot of anger and impulsivity. So the Sun card shows beneath the Sun card is sorrow. Could be from here. It could be a lot of activity. The Eight of Wands is a lot of fiery energy, and then him acting out of control again with as the Knight of Cups. As I said, Knight of Cups is usually a good knight, but with him with Cups is usually emotionality. And then the final outcome, the Two of Swords. We got all the wands here. We have we have 5, 6, 7, 8. No, 5, 6, 7, 8. A lot of wands. So 6 of Wands is a celebration. It's a harmony number, passion that's harmonic. The picture shows a different picture. It does show a picture, a different kind of picture. It shows someone on a horse with someone being trampled over. That's usually not what you want to see. The Knight of Swords, again, this is a very active knight going into battle usually. And the it's the Six of Swords. I get the Six of Swords all the time when I do Trump readings. So here's another Six of Swords, him going off. If he hasn't left yet, he's going to be going off soon. There's a choice to be made. He's talking to people that his cohort, the people that are behind him, the sycophants who are with him, who are always agreeing with him. He's talking to them. He's angry. He's a Knight of Swords. He's making decisions that are impulsive. And once again, we see the Six of Swords where he floats off. So what do we have here? Now, it doesn't seem like a particularly bad reading. Seems like there's a lot of different energies going on. The one thing that I feel is pretty certain is this King of Wands. This feels like someone in the Republican Party is marching in, is trying to be the hero. Someone he's known, that's the Six of Cups. It's finishing up a burden, and he's the voice of reason. This voice of reason is coming in to try to save the day. And this voice of reason shows up in his current predicament. I don't think this is temperance for Trump. I think it's this guy bringing in the temperance. This guy bringing in his energy. And it shows up as Donald Trump's present situation, which could explain, these other numbers that are, we have a hangman. He doesn't know what to do. He needs to take a different look at it. He needs to do something to take a different perspective, because he's got some battles on his hand. He's got 5s and 7s. Those are, trying to figure out what to do. These are not calm cards. These are very active fire energies, where he has to fight. He has to fight for his. Could be fighting for his life. So I think this guy is bringing in the temperance. So I don't think the temperance is actually Trump. I think his reacting to the temperance is here, how he reacts to it. So that covers those two areas. Here we have the past. We have the Star. I think he had a good week, or somehow managed, thinking he has a divine. I think he feels like he does. He talks about having, divine powers behind him. He feels like he's survived another week. He feels like he's graced with another week. He's sitting on top of the world here. He's got the 9 of coins. He feels very fortunate, very lucky. And there's the King of Swords, maybe another Republican who's maybe it could be McConnell or someone who's like saying, yeah, we got this. We totally got this. So the last week we thought was going to go bad, it went very well, and they were very happy and they're celebrating. But there's a Tower moment. So something is going to be a dramatic change. Not within, it comes at them. It comes at them. And it could be this guy, the temperance, and over here. I don't know. Now, over here in the Three of Swords, it's hidden influences. So there's heartbreak. But again, we see these cards that aren't really bad. We see the Sun, which is over here. And then we see the Eight of Swords, but that's embattlement, even though it's an even number. That's a card of feeling trapped. And then we have Six, which is a Six of Pentacles. Is a good six. It's a calming influence. It's a giving nature. So we have a lot of strange activity here. There's very different energies. Now again, if we look at where the other sun is, the other sun is here. Could this sun be bringing sadness? Could this sun here be bringing the sadness over here? Or could this sun that's showing up here be coming over here, where he feels trapped? I think the Six of Cups may be another ameliorating energy that's positive, that's helpful to him. But he feels embattled. And there is this sun again. There's two suns. Again, is this another bombing that he's going to do? Is this going to be another situation with war? And does the Sun card mean war for Donald Trump? It could mean war, because you have the Three of Swords, you have the Sun, and then you have him feeling trapped. And then you have the Sun over here. And the Sun over here has the Three of Swords. We got the Sun and the Three of Swords together in both these positions. So with the Sun comes sorrow. That's strange. I don't know what to make of that. If there is a war, or if there's more bombings, then you'd understand that. The flash of the bombs and then the sorrow that follows. Oh boy. Okay, so what did we not look at? We looked at these people, the hero that's riding in. We see someone leaving. I think it's going to be someone in the government that has really been on the fence with him, been juggling if he should support him or not, but he's going to walk away. He's going to be strong and walk away. Here we have the Sun again. We talked about the Sun and the sorrow. And there is this Knight of Chalices. But as I said, Cups for him could be just emotionality. So maybe this whole thing puts him, there's a bombing, there's some kind of activity with something, with bombs, and it's sorrowful, it causes a lot of sorrow, it's a lot of activity, and it puts him in a tailspin. And then finally we have the Two of Swords. Here we have the Six of Wands, which is, again, it's a celebratory card usually, but the card itself, you see this guy is trampling this little other person. That's not good. Then we have the Knight of Swords, which is a very aggressive knight. And then we have the Six of Swords. Again, the Six of Swords is him going away. I always get the Six of Swords when I read on him. Seems to me. So I don't know. It looks like the cards, except for a few cards, it didn't look that bad. But the qualifiers certainly would indicate maybe something more is going to happen. I really question these cards. This card here. I wonder what this means, because last week when I pulled it, I'm fairly certain I pulled the Sun card, and I interpreted it a certain way, and it was in the same position. And then we had a bombing. So maybe the Sun card in the same position means, a bomb, which is not good. So that's something for me to keep in mind. So this way I'm going to consider that this card may be his impulsive behavior that causes, a problem. So there we have it. I think someone is going to come in, ride in, try to save the day. Someone who has been supporting him very well, very, very conscientiously throughout all this time is going to walk away. This could be, a bomb or something, more aggressive nature. I think as he gets more and more fenced in, he's going to behave more and more erratically. And then we have this Two of Swords. Again, this was problematic. We had more. We had the Knight of Chalices, and we had more. I think we had another card that was not too good in this. The Three of Swords. We had the Three of Swords and the Sun. This had the Sun in it with the Three of Swords, and this Sun had the Three of Swords in it. So, I don't know. Could be crazy. Another crazy 10 days. Okay, let's see what happens. Have a great day.